Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff Eskow.
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. How's everybody doing today? Glad everybody is out there hanging in with us, having a good old time. We're going to have lots of fun today, lots and lots to get to on Sports World Radio. I am the host, Jeff Escow. We're going to get to a lot of stuff today. Boy, lots of things are going on in the sports world. Before we do all that, what do you say we get all the particulars out of the way and we get the show rocking and rolling? SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show each and every Monday through Friday at SportsWorldRadio.com, 3 o'clock on the west, 6 o'clock on the east, and if you live in the central,
figure it out for yourself.
well, let's hope they can there, buddy.
Yes.
That's the place to listen to the show. If you want to come and hang out in our chat room with us, we're over at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, Spreaker.com. It's free to get yourself an account, so get yourself an account. Sign up today at Spreaker.com. Type in Sports World Radio. Once you do that, the show will show up at the bottom of your screen there. Go all the way over to the right. Click on the bubble. Chat room will open up. Start chatting away with us here in the chat room. Got a bunch of people hanging out in the chat room right now, letting us know they're here. And I know there's a bunch more. Just say hello. Sean and Josh and I won't bite your heads off, we promise. At least not today. Maybe the next time you show up, at least not today. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Like our Facebook page over there, please. We want to get some more likes, so head on over there, like our Facebook page. And also follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. What else we got? We got 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. If you have Skype, you're a Skype user, Sports World Radio Show for you Skype users, Sports World Radio Show. SportsWorldRadio.com/Sport Shorts. Join our Sports Shorts. Sean and I record every single commercial break that we're on. We continue the show while we're on the commercial break. You guys don't get to hear it. Well, now you can. And starting in May, the first show in May, May 4th, the first show in May, we are having a contest for only the people on the SWR Sports Shorts. So you got to join. So head on over to sportsworldradio.com/sport shorts today and join today. And starting next month, we are having a contest just for the members of Sport Shorts. So join today at sportsworldradio.com/sport shorts. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
Hello and good afternoon, Jeff Escow. Good to see you again. It is 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. It is Tuesday, the 21st of April, 2015. The weather right now, I said it to Jeff, and it's hard to believe. It's like summer today, like June or July. 77 degrees, everybody, and sunshiny and warm. How are you, Jeff? And I know the weather is nice in sunny San Diego. 'Cause you told me something about an air conditioning coming off.
Yeah, I just turned the air conditioner off 2 minutes before we went on the air. 70s. Do you know, I'm looking at my computer right now because I have the temperature on there. Do you know you're 77 right now, right?
Yes, it is.
Do you know that they're telling me it's 65 where I live, and I don't believe that. It's hotter than that out here. This They're telling me it's 65 and partly cloudy. The sun is beaming right now. What are they, nuts? Those weathermen get paid to do nothing.
The weathermen
they
are
stick their-
always, weatherman, weatherwoman are always either
Wrong.
right or either wrong on
They're
their
wrong.
hypothesis.
Partly cloudy in El Cajon, my ass. It's beautiful and sunny right now. It's got to be at least 70 degrees. I just turned the air conditioner off. It's hot, man. It gets hot in here, so I got to cool this place down.
How's the weather out there, Josh? Shout out to you, buddy, the producer of Sports World Radio. How's the weather for you? And how's the weather, Shabba, down in Vicksburg, Mississippi? And other than that, how are you doing, Jeff? How's your day going?
I'm doing good.
Terrific.
I'm doing good. I'm doing all right.
52 degrees, mostly cloudy in the Windy City. That's what Josh is saying.
That's what they get, man, because it's the Windy City. It's either windy or cloudy or both.
It'll start having its warm days eventually. You
Yo,
wonder what
I
the
was
NFL
watching,
draft
you know
will
something?
be like. They'll get a huge thunderstorm, and that's what Jeff would like.
Yes,
73 in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
I was watching the Padres play in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
When they were there last, Chicago's Wrigley Field looks disgusting.
I've seen highlights of the Cubs ballpark, and it is disgusting with all the renovations they are going through right now.
It looks terrible. As Charles Barkley would say, terrible.
Terrible.
I got to, you know what? I got to get a piece of audio of him saying that so we could press a button and you just hear him. Terrible.
Speaking of Charles Barkley in the NBA, our first story, Jeff, 9 minutes after the hour.
What a segue.
The Chicago Bulls, they rolled into last night needing to go into Milwaukee up 2-0, and we predicted it yesterday. I said they're going to go up 2-0. I watched the ending of that game. I got to tell you, last night's NBA playoffs was just about as good as it got last night because you had two really, really close games. The Bulls and Bucks, they battled until the fourth quarter, until the Bulls took over. And Josh, props to you, buddy. The Bulls up 2-0 as the series shifts now back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'm telling you right now, that's a different team when Rose is on the floor with them.
That's right.
That's a playoff caliber, high playoff caliber team. They're going to give Cleveland a run for their money. I'm telling you right now. How lucky do we get? Do we get Cleveland and Chicago in the next round? We do, don't we?
I'd say we
do. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the breakdown right now. We get Cleveland and Chicago in the next round. That's going to be a beautiful thing right there.
Jason Kidd just doesn't have enough pieces on the Bucks to compete with them. And Derrick Rose playing like the Derrick Rose we've seen from years past for the playoffs. Now, we know he's been injured the last few years, but he had a big second half, Derrick Rose did. He had 15 points in the second half, and he dominated the series opener. Game 3 is in Milwaukee, a must-win for the Bucks because they know they're down 3-0. It's pretty much all over with. And I even say Bulls will be sweeping them very, very easily as we gave our picks for the opening round of the quarterfinals. The only way the Bucks are going to win a game or try to get back in the series, they have to contain Derrick Rose. They have to shut down the Bulls' offense. I don't see it happening. And Tom Thibodeau, who's the defensive-minded coach, really has done a great job of making sure the defense can keep it up against Milwaukee.
Look at Josh. Josh says it's a dump. It's a Swampville. It's Swampville, USA. About Wrigley Field.
Josh says Jimmy Butler is the man. That's right. Jimmy Butler is the man, Josh. When you think about it, Butler, he hit 4 of 5 shots in the fourth quarter, and all 3 3-pointers after missing his first 6 from long range, and he kind of took over that fourth quarter for the Bulls, and they go up 2-0 against Milwaukee, Jeff. You and I have even said it. There's no way the Bucks are going to even win. They might. We've always kind of thought they could win a game, but it's going to be very tough to beat them. Very tough.
Very tough.
And you think about all the moves last year in the offseason the Bulls made to get to this point. They wanted to upgrade. They fixed their team up. They added Pau Gasol from the Lakers. He had 11 points. And Mike Dunleavy scored 12. Noah grabbed 19 rebounds.
Pau Gasol looked really good last night. I was impressed, actually, a little bit. And that's hard to impress me. You know that.
And I was kind of thinking of you too, Josh, because I bet you were kind of pacing, I guess. I'm going to predict that a little bit back and forth because the Bucks did make it a game, but you often wondered if the Bucks could keep up with the Bulls. You just couldn't see it happening because they're such a small team.
Small team.
The Bucks have lost 8 straight, Jeff, for playoff games since beating Atlanta on April 28th, 2010. That was their last playoff win for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're not going to win another game either, I don't think.
No, postseason woes in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win another game.
There was a bit of a pushing and shoving match when the Bucks were up 20-18 in the game, and that's what really got into almost a brawl happened between Milwaukee and the Bulls. But of course, double technical fouls were called on both the players that I'm looking at for the highlights too.
Josh is right. Joakim Noah just came back from injury as well, so they finally have their whole team together now. Finally, you got Rose, you got Noah, you got Gasol, you got Dunleavy, you got Butler. You finally got the whole team together now.
Regardless of what happens in the Boston-Cleveland series, everybody's expecting it. Everybody wants it to be the Bulls and the Cavaliers. I hope the Celtics can win tonight. Jeff, you were saying before we went on the air, I need Boston to beat Cleveland tonight. I hope they can.
Yeah, but we know it's not. We know Cleveland's going to win that series. Deep down in your heart, you know that as well as I do. Okay, so we got to look ahead to the next series, and it's going to be Cleveland and Chicago if it all rolls the way we hope it rolls. So if that's the case, and Chicago plays the way they've been playing, Cleveland's going to have a problem.
Cleveland, you better be prepared because, like you said, Chicago's going to be ready, and I expect that series between the Bulls and the Cavaliers will be such a physical series. And you know what, Skippy Bayless, wherever you're listening, if you're there listening because we dish you all the time, you better hope and pray that the Cavaliers defeat the Bulls in the series, because if not, you're going to come up with some cheesy excuse.
He's got such a whining voice. I was listening to him this morning. He's got such a whiny voice, man. He's really does. He's got a whiny voice, man.
Here's a man in his 50s, and he's like a child.
Drives me bananas, man.
Another game, and I got to tell you, Shabba, props off to the New Orleans Pelicans. They really played Golden State very well last night, and I thought there was an upset in the making, and the Golden State Warriors barely hold off New Orleans. The Warriors got a little bit of a problem if they're having trouble trying to beat New Orleans, wouldn't you say, Jeff?
I do believe so. But New Orleans is going to – I don't think New Orleans is going to win a game in that series, though. That's the bad thing about being the 8th seed. Come on, man. That's the bad thing about being the 8th seed.
Game 3 will be Thursday night in New Orleans. Can you believe this? These two teams get 2 days off, today and tomorrow, and then they resume the series in New Orleans on Thursday. That's why this whole playoff format is all screwed up.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And yeah, Shabba, I have to look what he says. The more the Warriors made, one ill-advised shot after another. There were some big shots that they made. When it was like 85-84, Shabba, I was thinking of you the whole time because I was like going, oh, Shabba's really enjoying this. Because everybody thought that the Warriors would easily defeat the Pelicans. And I have to tell you, give New Orleans props. If the Pelicans do lose this series, which we do see happening, I still say for the foreseeable future, Jeff, we're going to hear a lot of the New Orleans Pelicans in the years to come.
You think?
I think and no.
Thinking no? Check you out.
New Orleans, of course, got off to a 28-17 lead. Did you watch any of the game last night, Jeff, between New Orleans and Golden State?
No, I forgot it was on.
Oh, it was a great game. That place was loud in San Francisco with those yellow T-shirts that the Warriors have.
No, I forgot it was on.
Fear the brow is what Shabba is saying.
Fear the brow? No way.
Steve Kerr is a rookie head coach, won, of course, back-to-back playoff games. He goes, quote, "We still get excited at times and do some crazy things. I kind of like the fact that we walked that line." That's what Steve Kerr said after the last night's triumph by the Golden State Warriors. He goes, quote, "It's what makes us who we are." And I can agree with that about what he's saying too, Jeff, because of how young this Golden State Warriors team is and how they picked up a lot of their talents from last year after they lost to the, I believe it was to the Clippers in 7 games, and then that meant Mark Jackson had gotten fired and let go, and then Steve Kerr's just done an incredible job. He's definitely my vote, too. He's definitely up there for Coach of the Year. And Chaba goes, I'm talking about Anthony Davis as a unibrow, if anyone wonders what the heck that is. That's what Chaba says.
If anybody wonders, but who's going to wonder?
Davis, of course, the guy we're talking about, Chaba, he had 26 points and 10 rebounds, and Gordon scored 23 points for a Pelicans team that played with more poise and passion than it did in the series opener. The question is, Jeff, I got to ask you.
What?
You still think it's probably going to be a sweep, but do you still think that New Orleans can get a game out of this series and win a game in this series against Golden State, or do you think it's just pretty much over with?
I think it's pretty much over with.
Look what Josh says here, Jeff. The Warriors are going to run into issues when they face a good defensive team because they can shoot a million threes. But once you have a team with a defense that stifles you out at the perimeter, who's going to score?
Nobody. That's the problem. That's the problem right there in a nutshell. Nobody.
So now the series will shift to New Orleans on Thursday. And, of course, the Warriors, the Pelicans, you're right, didn't play bad. They shot 37.8% for the game. So that was not a good shooting percentage for the New Orleans Pelicans. But they did make a game of it. And I was thinking for a little bit that an upset was going to happen. And with the split, that would have shocked the entire NBA in the playoffs because of the fact that the Warriors would lose a game and then have to go to New Orleans just to try to win 2 there. Shabbat goes, I think the Spurs would beat the Warriors in 5 games.
You think so?
That's what Shabbat says. What do you think?
No, come on. No way. No way. Really?
Hard to say. Hard to say. I really do not know if the Spurs would beat them in 5, Shabba, but I can tell you, the Warriors and Spurs meet. Jeff and I know will have to be going at it because on our NBA elimination, Jeff picked San Antonio to go back to the NBA Finals and win it again, and I just so happened to pick Golden State to win and it all.
Just happened to pick Golden State to win it all, and I picked San Antonio. Yeah. Okay, we're going to see who's right and who's wrong.
20 minutes after the hour, Josh says the Pelicans is a dumb name. I'm just saying.
Well, it's the reason why the team is named the Pelicans. You know why that team is named the Pelicans, right? Because that team, that's the state bird, is the Pelican. Right. That's why it's named the Pelicans, because it's the state bird.
In Louisiana.
Yeah, how stupid is that?
And the Warriors had a sold-out crowd yesterday. It was a packed crowd. They had 19,596 wearing the golden yellow shirts yesterday as the Warriors, of course, prevailed. Now, tonight's matchups, of course, you got Boston against Cleveland. I got to ask you all about this. Jeff, do you think the Celtics can get a split in the series against the Cavs, or is it an easy game for Cleveland again tonight?
I think Cleveland wins again tonight. In fact, the more I watched that game the other night, I think Cleveland's winning that freaking series in a sweep. And I hate to say that because you know how much I hate Cleveland, but that's how I'm feeling.
The only way the Celtics will do exactly what the Bucks need to do is the Celtics need to put lots of pressure on the Cavaliers, get off to a good start, but they got to stop Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was 5 of 8 from three-point range. LeBron James had an easy game. He had 20 points for the Cavaliers, and I noticed it, like you've said it before, time after time, Jeff. He is the one that is really the coach of the team. He's the one. I heard what he was doing during the audio, he had that microphone up to him, and here he was coaching the team and yelling and screaming plays to keep the Cavs moving so they could be able to have not a hard time against Boston. But, of course, if the Celtics do get a split, everybody will be shocked in the NBA. Another matchup tonight, Jeff, what do you think of this one? Washington and Toronto. This series, I can tell you real quickly, is that I think Toronto wins tonight. I
Series
think they
is
get
over.
the split before the series goes back to the nation's capital.
I think Washington is going to beat them for some stupid reason.
Especially with those jerseys. I saw those jerseys, Jeff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know how Jeff just gets fed up with those jerseys.
Why do people got to do that? Why can't you people wear normal freaking jerseys? You know? It's ridiculous, man. I get tired of it.
Huh.
You know what
Josh
I mean?
goes, that logo was hideous.
What are you going to do?
I like Toronto, though, in this series for Game 2 tonight. I believe they bounce back. They get the win. They get the split before things move to Washington. And how about this one? Dallas against Houston, Jeff. What's your thoughts about this game tonight?
I think Dallas plays much better tonight than they did the other night. They looked like crap the other night. So many turnovers. Where was their defense? Yeah, no, they're gonna play a lot better.
Josh brought up an interesting point yesterday about the Mavericks and about how sloppy they look. I believe they will make it a good game tonight. Can Dallas go in there and just get a split against Houston? I believe they can. You know, Mark Cuban doesn't want to see the Mavericks fall behind 0-2, and then this series shifts back up to Dallas. But you got to remember, too, Houston, had a big 2-0 lead in 2005 against the Dallas Mavericks, and then look how that series went. They went up 2-0. They took the first two in Dallas, and then Dallas went into Houston and won the two there, and then Dallas won Game 5, and then Game 6 went to Houston, and then Dallas won Game 7, and that was a very hard-fought series in the 2005 quarterfinals. The Mavericks have to be able to play through the hostility and not be so sloppy and have good ball movement and go after the loose basketball.
Yeah, and they didn't. And it looked like Houston was just going crazy all over the place and getting everything.
Of course, for our picks, though, Jeff, you still say that Dallas has the chance to win this series in 6 games against Houston.
Yeah, but not the way. If Dallas keeps playing the same way they're playing, then that ain't gonna happen.
Houston has to just keep doing what they're doing because Kevin McHale wants to win that series badly, and the Rockets know that they want to be so tough to beat at the Toyota Center, and they are going to be really loud tonight. The crowd is going to be into it. And it should be a really good game tonight between Dallas and Houston. I expect tonight's game to be a lot closer. Josh says, why is it all the East Coast teams have terrible jerseys?
Say that again?
Josh is saying, why is it that all East Coast teams have terrible jerseys?
I don't know. I have no idea.
The Wizards jersey, though, Josh, when I watched it on Saturday on ESPN, I just was like sitting there like they're trying to bring back the images of the Washington Bullets.
I have no idea. Couldn't
Should be
tell
a-
you.
And then tomorrow night, of course, you've got the Nets taking on the Hawks tomorrow, and you got Portland taking on Memphis. And, of course, a series that everybody's wanting to watch to see what happens, San Antonio taking on the Clippers.
That's a series and a half right there. That's going to be San Antonio's got to play so much better. Otherwise, it's going to be a fast exit for San Antonio. That's the game I'm very much interested in. Very much interested in.
For tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and of course I know you are because you're the one picking San Antonio, and you're wanting to see how well they do. Now, if the Clippers get up 2-0, they're in good shape heading back to San Antonio. However, if the Clippers do split with San Antonio has the advantage going back to home because of their great postseason history. Hello, Browning. Good to see you. He's here.
What's up, bastard?
Shabba, they're talking about it too. The Miami Dolphins sure screwed up their helmet logo last season.
Yeah,
It took
that
the
was
poor Dolphin.
that was a rainbow flagish freaking thing they did there. Let me tell you.
And straighten them out. So I saw that too, Shabba, and I was like, this doesn't look right.
No, that was really rainbow flaggish last year, man. That was terrible. Terrible.
Browning, you better enjoy looking at your LeBron picture for that profile that I'm looking at, because when the Cavaliers lose the playoff series, what are you going to say? You won't be saying much. Better hope that they don't lose to the Celtics, or I'll really come after you, Browning.
They're not going to lose to the Celtics. They're going to beat them. They're going to lose to the Bulls in the second round. That's what's going to happen to them. Sorry, Browning.
And then the misery in Cleveland just continues.
That's exactly right. They're going to lose in the second round to freaking Chicago, and everybody's going to be pissed.
And
Oops.
Skippy's going to be coming up with excuses and excuses.
Yep. One after another. He's already laying the foundation. He's already laying the foundation for the Spurs. Okay? Now he's going to start laying the foundation down for Cleveland.
And then all those Cleveland fans will be fed up. And, Jeff, thank goodness you don't live in Cleveland. Otherwise, you'd never hear the end of it.
I would never live in Cleveland. It's too close to Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's where Wes is at. The West residence, not too far away because he lives in Ohio.
Too close to the Berg. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah. And speaking of the Berg,
Hey,
I got another story in the NHL.
Hey,
I know that's going to make Jeff very happy.
Sean. We're talking NBA, right?
Right.
Mike Boulder, who whatever the heck his name is, the head coach for the Atlanta Hawks, was just named Coach of the Year. How about that?
Congratulations to him.
Whatever his name is, Budenholzer?
I don't know how to...
Yeah.
Oh, Budenholzer was named Coach of the Year. We'll talk about that after this first commercial break.
Yeah, Budenholzer. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Before we went to break, we mentioned that Atlanta Hawks Mike Budenholzer wins the 2014-2015 NBA Coach of the Year. He got 67 first-place votes, which amassed 513 points. Steve Kerr got 56 first-place votes, which amassed 471 points. It's not for you to answer, Sean. This is for the people listening. Tell me,
I have to say congratulations to Mike
Sean, I want to ask the question first. Hold on. Who finished in third place? Sean, don't answer because you know. Who finished in third and who finished in fourth? Don't say. Sean already knows, so don't say. You guys see if you can figure that out while Sean says what he's saying. Go ahead, Sean.
I was just going to say congratulations to Mike Budenholzer for the job he has done with the Atlanta Hawks. Think about it. A team that was kind of like a laughingstock, a team that really didn't make a lot of deep, successful playoff runs. Now you see what he has done with the Hawks. They're 60-22, having the best team they've had, Jeff, in a very long, long time. Since like the Dominique Wilkins days back in the 80s, or back when they had Dikembe and Mookie Blaylock and Steve Smith.
Josh, do me a favor. Go find out, because I think they made the playoffs last year too, Atlanta, didn't they?
I think they did. I'd have to look that up. Josh can.
Josh, do me a favor. Look up, see if they made the playoffs last year, and if they didn't, find out when was the last time they won the playoffs before that, if they did. Thank you, buddy.
So congratulations, Mike Budenholzer. There's still a lot of other awardings to come out. The Rookie of the Year, the MVP, the Sixth Man of the Year.
So, yeah, right. So, you know who plays third? I know you know, Sean. You know who came in third, kids? Look at Josh. Josh, who was for you? Josh, look at you. Which team? Find out when the Atlanta Hawks last made the playoffs for me. Josh is right because he knows the article. Josh is right. Jason Kidd came in third, and Brad Stevens, the coach of the Boston Celtics, came in fourth.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job there, Josh, as always. Yes,
that's not bad.
And Jeff remembers that series well, Shabba. The Hawks did play a classic series against the Celtics. That was Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals. And, of course, that was a matchup between Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins. That was a game that went back and forth.
That was so long ago, I can't even remember that crap. Hey, it's hard for me to remember what I had for dinner last night. You want me to remember back to 1988?
No, it's cool, buddy. Don't worry.
The hell's the matter with you people? I thought you knew me better than that.
Phil Jackson came out today, and here's what he said. He goes, I just want us to start winning games. The Knicks had a disappointing season, going 17-65, the worst record in franchise history. But Jackson believes he can add enough talent this offseason to build the foundation of a winning team. Quote, that's what we are after. We are after winning, Phil Jackson said. New York is expected to have at least $25 million in cap space to spend on free agents this upcoming summer.
Yeah, and I know two that are going there already. They're two minor free agents. And I seen an article earlier today that Phil Jackson says we might keep the pick and we might not keep the pick. Jack, we won't guarantee Knicks keep pick. Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
I think that's... I say you say we're keeping the pick, and then you let everybody come to you.
And going back, we'll get back to the Knicks.
You know
Here's
what?
Josh says.
Hold on
well,
a second,
since
Sean.
2007, the Hawks have been in the playoffs every single year.
I don't care. We're talking NBA right now. Who cares?
Okay.
Oh, they've been in when, Josh? Since 2007, they've been in every year since 2007. Thank you.
Yeah, and now we're going back to the Knicks. Here's another thing that he added on Tuesday. He goes, quote, the reality is we want to grow a star through this system that'll be here for 15 years and a career, said Jackson,
well, that means
who
you
does
better
not
pick him
plan
in the
to
draft.
sit on the dais up for the draft lottery.
That means you better pick him through the draft because there ain't no young free agent that's going to come there and spend 15 years there for nothing. You better pick him through the draft.
Quote, we love the fact that 30 years ago, Patrick Ewing was a player with this organization for over 15 years. and that moved the franchise in a way which everybody recognizes.
Correct. But now, and how'd they do that? How'd they get Patrick? They got him through the draft, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So that's what they need to do right now. They need to get the number one. If they get the number one pick, he ain't giving it up. There's no way in hell he's giving it up.
And then in July is when the free agency begins in the NBA, and you'll be wondering what will happen with the Knicks, who will be the big moves, what are we going to expect out of LeBron James and Kevin Love. Of course, what you've been saying, Jeff, is you would take Kevin Love over LeBron easily in a heartbeat.
I would. I might even take freaking Eyebrow Boy over Kevin Love if I had the chance.
Another thing that Jackson added, quote, "We think there are a couple of players in this draft that might be able to do that. So we are certainly not going to walk away from a situation like that for the New York Knicks organization."
Well, come on. What are you going to do?
Right.
You know?
Jackson has a lot that he can look forward to, especially with the fact that Phil Jackson signed a 5-year, $60 million contract to run the New York Knicks in March of 2014, acknowledged the importance of this offseason for both himself and the franchise, and of course for the New York Knicks fans who are desperate for a championship because they have not won one since 1973. And that was when Jackson was on that championship team.
Yes, he was on that championship team, and that's what he's trying to get it back to.
The Knicks have not been in the NBA Finals since 1999, and of course in '94 they went there. So, but of course you have to give the Knicks props because during that time of the '90s they were the team that was such a power in the Eastern Conference that challenged teams like the Heat, the Pacers, the Bulls.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be. I can't wait for the following couple of years.
Should be a bright future for the Knicks because they want to get winning and respectability back to New York. They want to make sure that the team can start winning and bring the celebrities back and start selling out Madison Square Garden.
You're gonna have to. You know what? And he's gonna have to do it through the draft.
The next story I get to at 40 minutes after the hour. LeBron James' playoff tradition of turning off his phones and avoiding social media altogether is meant to help him mentally prepare for the opponent at hand. That practice ended up protecting James from his past this week as well. The Miami Heat president, Pat Riley, took a thinly veiled shot at James on Monday, telling reporters there were, quote, "no more smiling faces with hidden agendas in the Miami Heat organization that could affect his approach to the draft and free agency this offseason."
I know.
LeBron James came out and said, "I don't care about nonsense. There's too much nonsense out there. This is a time where I lock in right now, and I don't need nothing creeping into my mind for no reason that don't need to be there. I put all my energy and effort toward this team. That's all that matters to me right now at this point."
Good. About time. Right?
Right.
About freaking time.
Kyrie Irving, he added this too, said last week he has, quote, "no superstitions about changing his communication patterns like James because, quote, it's not a big deal for me. But he has imitated one ritual of his two-time champion teammate."
And?
I think it's just like this whole point of this concept of the article is talking about how LeBron James says, "I don't care about the social media sometimes. I like to just turn it off, avoid it, and play basketball and do the best job I can."
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong at all.
Nothing wrong at all. Exactly right.
He explained his motivation behind that postseason communication embargo, which he began after the Heat lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That was the 2011 NBA Finals. And so Pat Riley, of course, had a little bit of a war of words with LeBron James. And I think it's because Pat Riley is disappointed. He's fed up. Had LeBron James stayed in Miami, I think you would have known that the Eastern Conference would have had to go through Miami again this year.
Oh, he's a little upset. Poor baby. He shouldn't be upset. He's not. He's a little upset that LeBron didn't stay in Miami and go to the playoffs with them, and Miami didn't even make the playoffs. Oh, poor baby. You're upset.
That's right.
Oh, you'll get over it.
I think, too, it was expected last year during the summer that LeBron wanted to go back to Cleveland. I just kept feeling like he was going to do that, and then he decided to opt out. Exactly, Browning. Pat Riley is very jealous of LeBron James, and, of course, he kept two big stars, which is Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, on the team, but with the Heat, they have to prepare for life without James, and I don't think they're over that point. They had the biggest shot, I thought, of maybe seeing them go up against Cleveland, but then they choked toward the end of the season.
Really?
Josh goes, hey, Riley, try to make a real team instead of setting your team up with a bunch of all-star jackasses. True.
True.
Because what do you think? Pat Riley's got to figure out a way to go young.
And he better figure it out quickly.
Because who knows how long Wade is going to stay there and Bosh is going to stay there. Miami is going to be a rebuilding team for the next couple of years.
Yes. I don't think Wade's long for this season.
And I really wanted that series between Miami and Cleveland, and that almost happened, but they just gave up and just couldn't stick with all the other teams in the Eastern Conference. Because I think everybody would have wanted to see a big ratings booster between Cleveland and Miami. I know, Josh, you would disagree with me because you would be like, oh, what a boring series. And on that note, we got to go to our first update of the day, Jeff.
And this update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today and never, ever, ever touch the toilet seat ever again to flip it up or flip it down. It's called the Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 45 minutes after the hour. Let's get everybody caught up on Major League Baseball for this Tuesday night, the 21st of April, 2015. National League on the MLB Network tonight. It'll be the Cardinals taking on the Nationals. Of course, we stay in the National League. You got the Marlins at the Phillies, Cubs at the Pirates. A little bit of action, too, from the American League. You got the Orioles taking on the Blue Jays tonight. The Yankees at the Tigers. Braves taking on the Mets. That's a National League game. Back to the American League. You got the Red Sox at the Rays. Indians taking on the White Sox. Twins at the Royals. Reds at the Brewers. National League. Padres at the Rockies. Rangers taking on the Diamondbacks. That game is an interleague play game. The Athletics taking on the Angels. Astros at the Mariners. And lastly, in the National League, it will be the Dodgers taking on the Giants, as it is a great rivalry between those two teams. We move to the NHL. Let's get everybody caught up on what's going on for tonight and yesterday in the National Hockey League playoffs, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You got the Rangers. They take care of business against the Penguins. The Rangers now lead the series 2-1. They got a goal in the second, a goal in the first period to hold off the Penguins. The Wild, they go up 2-1 against the Blues. They shut them out 3-0. The Ducks, they hold off the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 5-4. That game went into overtime last night, so the Ducks are in control of that series 3-0. Tonight's action in the National Hockey League, game number 3. It'll be the Lightning at the Red Wings. That series is evened up at 1 game apiece. Whoever wins goes up 2-1 in the best-of-7 series quarterfinals. The Capitals, they're taking on the Islanders, and that game is on the USA Network. The Islanders lead that series 2-1. The Blackhawks are hosting the Predators. Right now, the Blackhawks lead that series 2-1. That game is on the NBC Sports Network. And the Canucks are taking on the Flames. USA Network for that one. In the NBA, here's the action that we have for tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to get everybody caught up real quickly on yesterday's happenings in the playoffs. The Bulls, they prevail against the Bucks. They lead 2-0 in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. The Warriors, they do the same thing. Western Conference quarterfinals, 97-87 over the New Orleans Pelicans. Tonight's action in NBA, the first game tips off in about 13 minutes. It'll be the Celtics taking on the Cavaliers. Cleveland leads that series 1-0. On NBA TV tonight, it'll be the Wizards taking on the Raptors. Right now, the Raptors are trailing in the series 1-0. And the other game tonight will be the Mavericks at the Rockets on TNT. The Rockets lead that series 1-0. This is the first of two updates for Sports World Radio. This update was brought to you by The Flipper at flipperflipper.com. When we come back from this commercial break and update, more sports talk with Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann, and we're not too far away from the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
To Sports World Radio, Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Mr. Sean, where we going next, pal?
All right, the next story we go to is the NFL. Now we know exactly who the New England Patriots will be playing, as the NFL schedules are supposed to be announced in about, I think what Josh said and what everybody else has been telling me on Facebook, Jeff, in 9 minutes. We will know exactly who the teams will be playing. That channel, of course, Jeff, is because you have been so disgusted with them, will be doing a 2-hour, how can you say it, a 2-hour review of this whole NFL scheduling process.
Big deal, freaking humps.
The Patriots will begin on Thursday night, September 10th. They will play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will put up another banner with the other 3 Super Bowls they've won. On another date of interest will be the league's annual Thanksgiving Showcase, which this year will feature the Green Bay Packers hosting the Chicago Bears. The same night the Packers are expected to retire former quarterback Brett Favre's number 4 jersey. So how about this, Josh and Jeff? The Bears going to play Green Bay, and Favre's jersey will be, oh, actually it's 8 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, Josh. So Favre's jersey will be retired on the night of Thanksgiving night.
Retired on Thanksgiving night?
Yep. Brett Favre will have his jersey retired with the other Green Bay Packer greats as a day that everybody should be aware of for Thanksgiving night.
So now we know that Green Bay's playing on Thanksgiving night.
Yep.
Great.
The Dallas Cowboys, who have been playing Thanksgiving games since the 1960s, the decade there, since the decade of the 60s, they will be playing the Carolina Panthers on Thanksgiving.
Who will be?
The Dallas Cowboys will be playing the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Jesus criminy. Unbelievable. Can it get any easier for them on Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Where are they playing? In Dallas?
In Dallas. And, of course, last year, the Dallas Cowboys lost on Thanksgiving to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now, hopefully they'll lose again, freaking humps.
And, of course, we all know about the London games where the Jets will be playing Miami Dolphins on October 4th. And then, of course, the Jaguars are on the list, too, for a game at Wembley Stadium.
Screw London. You hear that, Gary went on? Screw London.
Browning, I swear, Jeff, the Cowboys are like Seth Rollins, LOL.
Freaking Cowboys stink. I'm sticking to my freaking thought. Oh, hey, speaking of Pittsburgh, what happened there, Mr. West?
That was another story I actually saved, too. Last night in the National Hockey League, the New York Rangers, they need the game in the series, and they got it, and get the home ice back. They defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins by a score of 2-1, and now they lead the series 2-1.
Yeah. Say goodnight, Pittsburgh. Good night, Jeppy. Say goodnight, because that's what's going to happen.
Wes is fed up, Browning. He's not even going to come to the show because he's upset that the Penguins lost the game last night.
No, of course not. He was probably listening to me yelling and screaming when the Rangers scored the 2 goals, too.
He probably was like, I don't want to come to Sports World Radio. I'm fed up.
Why? He's exactly right, because he knows I'm just going to rip on him anyway for losing. So you know what? After the Penguins get knocked out of the playoffs, 1 down, 2 to go.
Yeah.
Right? And the way the Pittsburgh Pirates are playing, that'll be 2 down, 1 to go.
Josh goes, only 1 goal at your hometown. That's right. And Wes is probably like saying to you, Josh, or anybody, don't start with me. I'm fed up. Game 4 is tomorrow night.
Well, I'm just letting you know there, Mr. Wes. Once they lose, I'm marking them off. 1 down, 2 to go.
You know what his reason will be? He'll say it on Facebook like he always says. Oh, Sean, it's that simple. It's the officials. The referees, the officiating screwed the Penguins.
What are you going to do, you know?
And remember, too, Wes, that's right, what are you going to do? And remember, too, Wes, with you listening out there, I know you've got a bet with Jeff on the shows that if a Pittsburgh team wins a championship this year, then we can say goodbye to Sports World Radio. However, if a Pittsburgh team doesn't, bye to the
I'm looking at the National League Central right now. Pittsburgh is 6-7. Okay? The Penguins are about to be eliminated from the hockey playoffs, and Pittsburgh is 6-7. You stay like that all year, 1 game under 500, I guarantee you won't make the playoffs playing like that. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're out. 2 down, 1 to go.
And Wes will say, it's not fair. Miserable. It's unfair. My team always gets screwed. Yeah. My favorite teams.
Hey, I got an idea. Then stop rooting for them and root for a winning team. How about that?
And maybe if you don't post very much, maybe they'll start winning. Otherwise, if you post, they'll hear you, and then they'll start losing, Wes.
Whining little bitch you are. That's all you are. A whiny little bitch.
And remember how Jeff ripped you on the air there, Wes?
Whiner, whiner. All you are is a whiner.
But he could say this, too. He says, hey, Jeff and Sean, the Steelers have 6 Super Bowl championships. What do you say about that?
You know what I say about that? What have you done for me lately? Not a goddamn thing. So sit there and be quiet.
Because Wes did say something that the Penguins were going to win the Stanley Cup, the Pirates were going to end their 36-year drought, and that the Steelers were going to have the best offense in 2015.
Sure. Okay. Right. And the Pope's Jewish. Right. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay. Whatever. Whatever you say, Wes. Sure. No problem. Anything you say. Just remember, the Pope's Jewish too, buddy.
And just remember, Wes.
Yeah. Okay.
you'll be eating your words after you lose a lot more.
He's not going to say nothing once the Penguins get knocked out. That's 1 down, 1 to go. 1 down, 2 to go. Then when Pittsburgh don't make the playoffs, the Pirates don't make the playoffs, 2 down, 1 to go. And then when the Steelers don't make it, I win all 3. There you go. Goodbye, Wes. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
And then Wes is more complaining than Gary One-Arm. That's a good one, Browning, because here's the thing with the Redskins. You don't even see.
No, he don't come up. He don't show his ugly mug until football season. You know what? I'm gonna make fun of him right now. Gary One-Arm is a one-arm sport kind of a guy. He's the football guy, and that's it. He'll show up during football season, talk trash, talk smack, and then split. You'll see him for 18, 19, 20 weeks during the NFL season. That's it. He's gone after that. You won't see him for the rest of the year.
And then he'll say something like, "Hail to the Redskins," and then he'll start tagging us.
He's a one-armed bandit. Look at Josh. Josh is dying for me to say shut up. Look at him. Hey, Wes, your Pittsburgh Penguins are getting knocked out of the playoffs. The only thing you can do is shut up.
And then I know one thing that Wes will say, and he'll say this. He goes, "Oh, don't worry. The Pirates will just win the World Series in October."
Dude, if they keep on the pace they're on right now, they'll be finished at 1 game under 500, and they won't make the playoffs. Shut up.
And you know what, Wes? Jeff even got you last year in October, the 1-game playoff, and I'll never forget Jeff messaging.
The 1-game play-in game. It's not a playoff. It's a 1-game play-in game. It's not a playoff. It's a play-in game. They're playing to see who can make the playoffs.
The play-in game. And I'll never forget you, Wes, when Jeff messaged me and then you lost and I didn't hear a peep out of you, Wes.
Playoffs?
But Wes says this to you, Jeff. He always says, "I always show up when a Pittsburgh team loses, but I get upset that they get screwed."
Then where are you today, you son of a bitch?
He's probably at the gymnasium working out, listening to us.
Where are you fat bastard? Huh? I got to go to the gym and work out. That's right. Work out some of that fat you got on you, you fat bastard.
We're at the top of the hour. We got to go to a commercial break.
Okay. Hey, Wes, you know what? We're going to leave with this. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Shut up.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Shut up! Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
And if you can't, shut up! I got to make that a voice. I got to do a voiceover for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Oh, God damn it. Here we go.
Josh was telling me he was really going at it today. Here's what the Skippy quotes came out with. He said, today on First Take, Skippy said, my Boston Red Sox will miss the playoffs.
That's your problem, dude.
Skippy, just like I've always said, you don't know anything about Boston sports. So why don't you just do one thing? Zip your lips.
Hey, no, I got an idea. Skippy, why don't you do one thing? Shut up! You like that, Sean?
I second that, and I like it a lot. Skippy Bayless said that he's excited for the NFL schedule release special.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, because it's on his stupid-ass network.
And he's happy because he's probably thinking my Dallas Cowboys will go all the way and win the Super Bowl.
Scratch my patooties. How about that? How about that, Skip? Scratch my patooties. Okay? Hey, Skip, I got an idea for you. Bend over, shut up, and don't touch me.
Skippy came out and said this today, that my Pittsburgh Penguins will come back.
My Pittsburgh Penguins will come back. You don't know anything about hockey, do you? They don't have the manpower to play the way they need to play. They're not the same team they were last year or the year before that. They're done. Finito.
What?
Finished. There's only one other person that would argue with me on that point, and his fat ass ain't here. He's working out.
Skippy Bayless came out and said that my New England Patriots should take on my Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Then who would you root for if they're both yours, you jackass?
You probably would say the Dallas Cowboys.
Whistle me that one, you prick. My New England Patriots are going to play my Dallas Cowboys. I would like to play. Well, who are you going to root for, jackass? And are you going to be at the game? And where are you going to be sitting, next to Jerry Jones or underneath the desk?
Skippy Bayless said that it's not right that the Atlanta Hawks head coach got Coach of the Year. That belongs to David Blatt.
No, it does not belong to David Blatt because David Blatt's not coaching that team, you jackass. Don't you know that?
He probably would hit you with this saying, yeah, I know that, but David Blatt's done a great job with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No. Because once you say, yes, I know that, end of freaking discussion. Let me ask you a question. Okay? Who has a better record? Going into the playoffs, who had the better record, Atlanta or Cleveland?
He would probably say this. He goes, Atlanta did.
Okay. Who had LeBron James on their team?
The Cavs.
Okay, so why didn't the Cavs have the better record in the East? You know why? Because they're not the better team. Atlanta was. That's why. He deserves it. So sit there and shut up!
Skippy Bayless adds more to the Cavaliers. He said that Kyrie Irving should be the most improved player of the year.
Why? Because he had one really good dynamite playoff game?
He probably would say 5 out of 8 from three-point range, and he was shooting lights out.
That's one playoff game. One playoff game. One in his entire NBA career. One playoff game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Skip. That's his first ever playoff game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay? Listen, He's playing an inferior team. Let's see how he does against some of the better teams that he goes up against. Okay? Let's see what he does against Chicago. Okay? Let's see if you have that same feeling when Chicago beats him.
Skippy Bayless said that David Blatt is the next Red Auerbach.
No, he's not. He's not even close. He's not even coaching this team, you schmuck. He's just the head figure there. LeBron James is coaching that team. The assistants are coaching that team. He's just the head figure. He ain't coaching that team, and I'll be shocked if he's there next year. And if he's not there next year, then everything you say about him is wrong. Dumbass.
And him saying that he's the next. Hey, Skippy, let me tell you something. Arnold Red Auerbach won 9 championships as a head coach. He won 7 more as president and general manager of the Celtics. How can you even say that David Blatt is the next Red Auerbach or probably the next Pat Riley or Phil Jackson?
Can't even compare it. The guy's not even coaching the team. LeBron's coaching the team. He should go back to coaching in Israel because that's what he's suited for. He is not suited for the NBA.
Skippy Bayless said, my Boston Celtics better impress me tonight. So since when did they become your Boston Celtics? You're a Cavs fan. Now you're a Celtic? Oh, my gosh.
They weren't even expected to make the playoffs, you jackass. They're in rebuilding mode, and they made the playoffs. Come on.
They're a young team, Skippy. You don't know anything, do you?
No, he doesn't.
He's a flip-flopper.
Yes,
First it's the Cavs, now it's my Boston Celtics, or my this or my that. Gosh.
It's ridiculous.
Skippy Bayless came out and said that my Dallas Cowboys are the personification of class.
You're an idiot. You really are an idiot. You know, you really are an idiot. How does Chris Webber rank to get to be a color analyst on TNT next to Marv Albert?
That's I don't know. That's crazy.
That's terrible. Terrible.
And then Skippy saying, yeah, they're the personification of class. Look how great. That's why the Cowboys were called America's team, remember?
It's going to force me not to watch it because of that. You know that?
Skippy Bayless, he came out and said that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao should fight at Jerry World.
Yeah, shut up, douchebag. They're fighting in in Vegas. Just shut up already. Okay? Jerry World. I got you, Jerry World, right here. I get tired of him talking about Jerry and Charles all the time. I get tired of it. I can't stand it.
They're his heroes. They're my idols. They're my heroes.
Go 1 week without talking about them. I dare you.
Skippy Bayless, this is in reference to what your team that you're picking there, Jeff, in the NBA Pick'em League. He said that my San Antonio Spurs, they better win tonight.
Well, yeah, he says that about every team. The team that lost, they better win tonight. Oh, they better do this. Oh, they better. Why? What is it going to do to you? Nothing. So sit there and shut up.
Skippy Bayless said that David Ortiz should have been suspended.
He was suspended, wasn't he?
I kind of had disagreed with that because, okay, he bumped an umpire. I would just say fine him and not give him a severe penalty like that for 1 game.
It's an automatic suspension.
I don't agree with it, but oh well.
No, hey, it's the rule. You bump a referee, it's an automatic suspension.
Yeah.
It's what the rule is, man.
Skippy Bayless said that my guy Pablo Sandoval will hit more homers than Alex Rodriguez.
No, he won't. Alex Rodriguez has got more home runs than him right now anyway. That fat son of a bitch. Hey, what's the strikeout meter on that? What's the fat bastard meter on?
I think Josh told me it was like 10 or 12, I think.
Yeah, he's cranking him up there, ain't
he? Skippy Bayless said that he and Jerry Jones should take on Vince McMahon and Triple H in a match at WrestleMania.
I'd love to see that. Watch your ass get beat so bad.
2 old geezers in WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
12 minutes after the hour.
I would love to see that. I really would. I'd love to see Vince McMahon and Triple H beat the living crap out of you. But But you know that's not going to happen.
Skippy Bayless said that Chicago should have 0 WWE pay-per-views.
Oh, shut up. Why is he? What's your fascination with the WWE all of a sudden? If you don't like them, why are you talking about them so much? If you don't like them, by you talking about them is just giving them more publicity. So why are you talking about them if you don't like them?
That's one thing you can rip them on a debate about.
Why don't you like the WWE? Give me your answer. It doesn't matter what your answer is, because my answer automatically will be, okay, well then stop talking about them and giving them more publicity then. If you don't like them, don't talk about them so they get publicity, you dummy. Doesn't that make any sense?
You're like, I don't know if it does make any sense.
Makes sense to me, you jackass. And makes sense to the millions of my listeners, too. You dumbass. Because they all agree with me. Only a real broadcaster could figure that out. Oh, that's right. I forgot you're not. Sorry.
Skippy Bayless said that my New York Knicks, they should go on sale.
You can't afford them. And if you think the Clippers are a lot of money, lots of luck trying to buy the Knicks. Lots of luck.
Skippy Bayless said that my San Diego Padres, they need to play better.
But they're in second place. They're in second place. They're sitting at 9-5, one game behind the Dodgers.
He probably would say they still need to play a lot harder. They're not playing like the team I expected them to be. That's probably what he's thinking.
I hate to tell you something, dude. They have the third best record in the National League right now. You schmuck. They need to play better. They have the third best record in the National League, you schmuck. Okay? And in all of Major League Baseball, they got the fifth best record. Fifth or sixth best record. That's in all of Major League Baseball. Shut up, you freaking moron.
And on that note, we got more Skippy quotes to get to. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Jackass. You listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Shut up.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Okay, back to the Skippy quotes, you son of a bitch.
All right, Skippy Bayless Bash Hours. Skippy Bayless came out and said that my Kansas City Royals will not win the American League Central.
Well, that's what you said last year about them too, and guess what happened? They went to the World Series, you dumbass. So you keep saying that crap. I don't mind. Go ahead, keep saying it.
Yeah, especially coming from a guy who thought,
know what the hell he's
oh, my
about.
Royals are the best thing. They're the best thing ever. My Royals are going to win the World Series, and they're not going to let me down.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's got no clue. No clue. He's got no clue what he's talking about. He just spits out any garbage he feels like it.
Skippy Bayless came out today, and he said that the NFL should have the NFL draft in Dallas, Texas.
Why? Why?
You could probably say, because I could be at Jerry World. I could meet Jerry.
Why? Because that's where you want it? Well, good thing the NFL don't listen to you. It's a good thing they don't listen to you.
Because I can be with Jerry World at Jerry Jones.
Well, go be with him there anyway. Go in Chicago and go be with him in Chicago, you dumbass. So my buddy Josh here can get a handle on you so we can get you on the show so I can rip the crap out of you and show you just how bad of a freaking sports announcer you are.
19 minutes after the hour, Skippy came out and said that the only matchup worth watching in the NBA Finals is my San Antonio Spurs against my Cleveland Cavaliers.
I knew he was going to say that. Well, hey, douchebag, you better hope the Cleveland Cavaliers get there because if they meet Chicago in the second round, they ain't getting past the second round. I'm telling you,
you won't have
right
a
now.
lot to say there, Skippy. Right now, the Celtics are beating your Cavaliers.
They ain't getting
dummy.
past the second round.
Skippy came out and he said that Vince McMahon can't beat him in a debate.
Yeah, well, probably not, but he can beat the crap out of you after the debate's over. Probably not, but he could beat you after the debate's over.
Skippy Bayless came out and he said this: I am officially the Howard Stern of Sports World, of Sports Radio.
No, you're not. I am. Because in order to be somebody like that, you have to be able to be willing to say anything you want on the radio, regardless of the consequences. And you, my friend, are not that.
And be opinionated and not be so biased and not try to put the word "my" in everything you're saying.
You, my friend, are not that. You don't take it to the edge like we do here on Sports World Radio. You want to be like Howard Stern? Then get your ass over here, bitch. Because what I just said, you won't. And I will all the time, bitch. So get your ass over here if you think you're so tough.
Thinking that nobody can take me on. I know my sports. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, you don't know nothing. And I'll put you in your place every single time. And you know something? I don't need to prep for it. I don't need to know the topics we're talking about because I'll go off the cuff. I don't need no papers in front of me. I was watching him this morning, and he was reading verbatim what was on his papers. He was leaning over so he can see what was on it. He was moving his fingers, and he was reading what was on it. That's cheating. Okay? Somebody wrote that crap for you. Now you got to read it so you can say that you said it? Get the hell out of here. That's bull. You can't survive in my world, you son of a bitch.
Skippy Bayless said that Sirius XM should give him a show and not Stephen A. Smith.
You know why they give Stephen A. Smith a show? Because he's better at it than you are. You know why you write and Stephen A. doesn't? Because you're better at it than he is.
And the reason that Stephen A. Smith would be better is because he is
I would rather listen to Stephen A. Smith do a radio show than read your article. I don't read anything you have to say. It's bad enough I got to listen to what you have to say. Because what you say is bull. It's nothing. It doesn't mean crap.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean anything. And for you to sit down and tell people that you know more sports than anybody else around is ridiculous. And for you to not accept debates when people want to take you on just shows how much of a loser you really are.
Hey, Skippy, I got an announcement for you, bozo. Celtics are winning 16-8. You better... Oh.
Sean, you just
What?
jinxed them.
I'm not jinxing them. I'm a Celtic
jinxed
fan.
them. I was going to say it too, but I didn't want to jinx them by saying it. You just jinxed them.
Okay. Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley, Chris Webber, and Marv Albert make a great commentary team.
Oh, it's terrible. What, are you kidding me? No way, man. It's terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. No way, man. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I have, you know what? I got it muted for that reason. So I don't have to hear their voice.
And Charles Barkley always has to be in that, isn't he? Yeah, Charles this or Charles that. You got something. And you know what, Jeff? When you debate him, just rip him with that and say, what is with you about talking about Charles Barkley every single solitary day?
Every single solitary day.
He just doesn't get off of Charles.
Right.
And you could probably say, did Charles Barkley ever win a championship ring, Skippy? No. He took them to one NBA Finals, which was 1993.
Right.
Let's see. Skippy said that Charles Barkley, Jeff, is the best basketball color commentator.
Blow me. Okay, listen, Skippy, your voice sounds like a woman. And first of all, today, you don't let Stephen A. Smith talk at all. He starts going and you just interrupt him. And what's with you sitting in your chair and weaving and bobbing and moving back? And what the hell is that? What do you got? What do you got? Tourette's? And that's how you calm it down, by weaving? Sit there and stop moving. You're distracting me, for Christ's sakes. Just sit there, and when somebody else is talking, shut up! Let them finish their thought. Don't interrupt and talk over them while they're talking. You can see the guy right in front of you. He's still talking. Wait until he stops. It's a little harder for me and Sean because we're not in the same room. We're in different freaking towns and in different cities, okay? In different parts of the world right now in the United States, so we can't see each other. That's why it happens with us. But he's right there in front of you, you schmuck. Shut up until he's done talking, and then you can talk. I don't know how many times today you did it. Shut up!
It'd be like on a commercial break, like them saying, we're going to run to commercial, and then Jeff, you would probably come out there and say, what is with you, Skippy? Quit moving around.
Moving and bobbing and weaving. It was driving me crazy, man. It was driving me nuts.
And then, Jeff, it'd be like, you're the manager of ESPN or the president, and you would be addressing him, and then Skippy would be probably saying, what's the matter with me adjusting myself? I'm just trying to, sit still.
No, you're not sitting still. You're bobbing, you're weaving, you're shaking your head, you're doing this. It's like you got freaking Parkinson's disease or something. Knock it off. All right? It's ridiculous, man.
Skippy came out and said that Pablo Sandoval is not fat like Mo Vaughn and Prince Fielder.
Yes, he is. He's a fat bastard. What's the fat bastard strikeout meter on?
Hey, Josh, you know what his strikeout meter is?
Yeah, what's the fat bastard strikeout meter on? Fat bastard.
I did jinx them, didn't I? They're up by 2. That's all right. I'm with them all the way at the end.
The game's tied, 16-16.
Oh, well, I'm still a diehard Celtic fan. I'm right with them.
Okay. Just knock it off. They're up by 2. It's 18-16. Just stop.
Okay, we'll leave it like that.
Don't jinx them again. See, I'm telling you, you're going to Boston, you're going to be jinxing them.
Oh, jeez.
Strikeout meter's at 10.
Skippy Bayless said that Fox made a mistake hiring Pete Rose.
No, I think that's a great move. Are you kidding me? I think that's a fantastic move. Too bad Too bad Frank's not here today to talk about that. I think that's a great move. We'll get Frank's thoughts on that on Thursday. Frank couldn't be here today. He has to do a play-by-play for baseball. So I think that's a great move for baseball. I really do.
He's thinking, probably Skippy is thinking, it's a bad decision. The guy's not a Hall of Famer. Why put him on Fox? Wow.
Because he's got a lot to say about it.
Let's see. Skippy came out and said that Stephen A. Smith is biased towards Floyd Mayweather.
Biased towards somebody?
Yes.
Wow. Stephen A. Smith is biased towards one person. You're biased towards everybody. Jerry Jones, Charles Barkley, the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots, the San Antonio Spurs. Anybody else I'm missing? Oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anybody else? Jackass. That's like calling the kettle black, dude.
That's typical Skippy for you.
That is typical Skippy right there.
Skippy Bayless said that he's excited to have live shows in Las Vegas, Nevada next week.
I wish I could be there for that.
You'd find him. You'd have a T-shirt with Skippy on it.
So wish I could be there for that. I so wish I need somebody to find me or make me in Photoshop, please. Somebody who's good with Photoshop to get a picture of Skip Bayless with a red circle around just the outside. I don't want the whole body. I just want a headshot of him with a red circle. With a red line going through it, like you can't park here, no smoking, that type of thing, on top of his head. So you could see his face and everything, and then you see the circle on the outside of it with the red line going through it. I need that, because I'm going to make a shirt with that as the logo. I don't need it to be big, just big enough to know that it's Skippy. And I'm going to put that on the shirt. That's right. And I'm going to start to bug, and I'm going to sell it on the internet, and I'm going to start to bug the heck crap out of this man until he takes the challenge. Because he's backing down. He's a wussy.
And he refuses to debate Jeff Escal.
That's right, you're a wussy. So I'm going to have to take him down.
And on that note, we got to run to our last update of the day, Jeff.
This update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. Now listen, boys and girls. Are you sick and tired of touching your toilet seat to lift it up or to lift it down? Well, fret no more. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today and never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again to lift it up or lift it down. It's the Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 31 minutes after the hour on the 21st of April, 2015, Tuesday. In the National Hockey League, here is the action right now. The Red Wings, they have struck for a goal. They lead 1-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's also the Capitals taking on the Islanders. Islanders lead that series 2-1. That puck will be dropping very shortly, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. It's on the USA Network. The Predators taking on the Blackhawks tonight. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. The game is on the NBC Sports Network with the Blackhawks leading the series 2-1. The Canucks, they'll take on the Flames. That's on the USA Network. Flames lead the series 2-1. We move to the NBA playoffs right now at this very moment. The game 2 is going on in Cleveland. The Celtics jumped up to a 16-8 lead. Right now, they lead 20-18, 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first quarter. The Wizards, they're taking on the Raptors tonight. That game can be seen on NBA TV. The Mavericks, they're taking on the Rockets. That game is on TNT following the Celtics and the Cavaliers. That series so far is Houston. They are up 1-0 in the best-of-7 quarterfinals. Western Conference quarterfinals. In Major League Baseball, here's the action going on right now. Top of the second inning down in Washington, D.C. on the MLB Network. The Cardinals taking on the Nationals. No score in that one, National League. And let's see, you got the Marlins and the Phillies, no score. The Cubs and the Pirates, that game is tied 1-1. The Blue Jays, they lead 1-0 up in Toronto, Ontario, over the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees, like they did last night, they led 1-0. That's where they are at right now. And, of course, other action. The Braves and the Mets, right now, no score in that one. 2 innings of play complete in the Queens in New York. The Red Sox taking on the Rays down in St. Petersburg, Florida. No score in that one. Other action we got the Indians taking on the White Sox, Twins at the Royals, Reds at the Brewers, Padres at the Rockies, Rangers at the Diamondbacks, Athletics at the Angels, Astros taking on the Mariners, and lastly, it'll be the Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants. This is the final update of the day. This update was brought to you by the Flipper at flipperflipper.com. When we come back from this final commercial break and update, more of the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour with Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Back to the Skippy quotes.
Skippy Bayless said, I would back Jerry Jones very easily, and he should run for president for 2016 of the United States.
Well, he's not going to. He's not going to, and you know what? If he runs for the president of the United States, guess what? Guess what? He has to sell the Dallas Cowboys. He can't own them. So he can't own the Cowboys and be the president. So it's got to be one or the other. Shows you how much you know, Skip. Shows you how much you know there, buddy.
Get ready for this one. Skippy Bayless came out, ladies and gentlemen, and said that Tim Tebow will win the MVP this year.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he did.
Tim Tebow's not even going to make the team. Not even going to make the team.
But Skippy believes it. He believes, look, he'll be comeback player of the year. He'll win MVP, and Philadelphia will win the Super Bowl.
Going to make the team. End of discussion. Skip, when was the last time somebody was out of football for 2 years, came back, and had a good career? Let alone be a quarterback and do it. Can you name me one? Can you name me two? I can name one. Can you name me two? No, by that silence, Skip, I guess not.
Yeah.
So, if it's never been done before, how do you expect him to do it? Exactly. Thank you for your silence, Skip. Now just sit there and shut up.
Skippy Bayless said that Sam Bradford, he's going to win the Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh, so which one is it? Sam Bradford or Tim Tebow? They both play for the same team. One of them is going to do it. One of them is not. That you just contradicted yourself right there, you schmuck. Right there, you just contradicted yourself. Shows you just how bad of a sports broadcaster you really are. Unbelievable.
First it's Tebow, and then it goes to Bradford.
Unbelievable. They both can't play the same position at the same time, you schmuck, for the same team. You idiot. Just shows how much you know about sports by making those two statements back to back like that, you freaking moron.
Skippy Bayless said that my voice was great today.
No, it was not. It sounded like a girl. Sounded like a whiny little bitch. That whiny little bitch that you are.
And you moving around and just, oh my God.
Your voice, you know what? You don't even have a voice for radio. It sucks. Your face for TV is disgusting. I don't know why they have you on TV. You're ugly as all hell. Okay? Your beady little eyes poking out. Your head shivering around. Your whole body moving and doing what the hell you do. I don't know why they allow that on TV. Okay? And your voice for radio is terrible. You need a voice like mine, strong and deep. You got a girly voice like this. You sound like this when you talk. That's not a good sports voice. This is a good sports voice, you dumbass.
Skippy came out and said that I also have a tremendous haircut.
You know what, Skip? That's about the only good thing on your entire body. In your entire being, and that includes your face, your look, your brain, your thoughts, your voice, everything. The only thing that's good on you is your hair. Everything else about you sucks. And I mean everything. Everything.
Sounds like you're bragging way too much about yourself, Skippy.
Yeah. And you want to know something, Skippy? A good broadcaster knows not to do that. So I guess you're not a good broadcaster.
Skippy came out for the final Skippy quote today, and he said that I was awesome on First Take today from the very beginning.
No, you aren't. You got that whiny little girly voice that you sound like this, and you're gyrating your head all over the place, and you're interrupting Stephen A. Smith, and you're talking over Stephen A. Smith, and you got to read your notes because your brain can't remember crap. You got people taking care of you. You got somebody talking inside you. No, that's not right. You got to say it this way. Changing it. What the hell is that all about? Okay? What the hell is that all about? If you got people that do all that stuff for you, then guess what? They're trying to make you look good. You can't do anything on your own like we do here because you're not that good. You're not that good.
That's right. 40 good minutes of Skippy Bash. Oh, yeah. That was a hassle writing those quotes. I bet they were, Josh. When you just sat there, you were saying you were throwing your remote at the TV today, right, Josh, with Skippy? Oh, boy.
Hey, Josh, you know what I would like to do? Instead of having you write the quotes down and sending them to Sean, we should get them all on audio. So we just play the quote. You guys hear what he says, and then me and Sean just attack him. Instead of Sean saying the quote, and then we going after him. I think that would be more fun.
Sure would be.
And then ESPN would get pissed off at me because I'm using their audio. So then we'll have a fight on our hands. So I think that will work. Because I know they listen to the show anyway because they steal my freaking sayings. So I know they do. Douche canoe. I can't wait to hear somebody say that on ESPN. Thanks to Laura for that one, you douche canoe.
And Skippy thinking nobody is going to take me on. I'll easily defeat anybody in a wrestling debate and sports debate, political. I know it all. That's what he calls himself.
Look at Josh. Josh, that will take me 8 hours to make. Well, you know, you just got to get the quote he says. Boom. Stop it at that point. Get them all on one place. Put them all on one place. One audio track. And we'll stop it, and we'll go to the next one. And we'll stop it, we'll go to the next one. And we'll stop it, and we'll go to the next one. That's how we can do it. You'll play it right through the broadcaster. No biggie. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, right. Just give me more work to do, Jeff. Right?
And on that note, that is the end of the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour at 43 minutes after the hour.
The end of the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. Hey, you know what? That's the end of the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. I say we get out of here on that note. We're going to let everybody get off a little early today. I got some things I need to do. We're going to let everybody get off a little early today. Give everybody a little present for showing up and hanging out with us. Give Sean and Josh a little break. Give them an extra 15-minute break. They've been working very hard. I'm a nice guy every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to let everybody get out of here a little early today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. We had a lot of fun, Sean and I. Tomorrow, we're going to talk a lot of hockey, especially in the second hour of the show, because Ron Gallo, our Canadian connection and hockey guru for Sports World Radio, is going to be on the show in the second hour. So we're going to talk a lot of hockey tomorrow. So get ready for that. So Shaba, get Laura ready for that if she can make it tomorrow. And until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live, so live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. Until tomorrow, that is Sean Mann. I am Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
See ya and have a great evening.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.